Declaration, the Constitution. This young man is a role model not only to young people, but to those of us with a little miles on the odometer. Please welcome me in welcoming Chaz Baines. Chaz? And put your seatbelt on, it's about to get interesting.
Well, hi. See if I can live up to Kevin's introduction there. But first of all, I'd just like to say thank you to every single person here and to the almost, I think my dad and I counted 400,000 people in Washington, D.C. honoring our military today.
Yeah!
So, I guess I just want to say that we are honoring our military, but it is my honor to give this speech to you today because I go to school every day and I see the youth around me don't care. And it's a little bit intimidating because I love America and I don't want to give it over to people who don't understand and don't respect the men and women who have fought and died for this country.
Amen.
Yeah.
Woo!
So before I shoot myself in the foot, but with just slack jawing, I think I'll start my speech now. Just a few weeks ago, we, the people of the United States, celebrated the 4th of July. Our recognition of the signing of the Declaration of Independence, the document that propelled us forward on our journey to becoming one of the greatest republic in history. There are many famous key phrases in the first 2 paragraphs of the Declaration, highlighting the rights and responsibilities of the people and the proper role of government. Yet, how many of us have ever really paid attention to the very last sentence of the Declaration, which reads, "And for the support of this Declaration, with a firm reliance on protection of divine providence, we mutually pledge to each other our lives, our fortunes, and our sacred honor." Sacred honor. That's something we don't hear mentioned much in this day and age. We see dishonor run rampant in the media, in our religious institutions, in our government, and even in the highest office of this republic. Presidents dishonoring themselves and this nation for what they have done and what they have failed to do while in the Oval Office. The indispensable man, General George Washington, this nation's first president and a man considered by practically all of his officers and troops, and especially by those who were close to him and knew him well, as one of the most, if not the most, honorable man of his time. He said, "Associate yourself with men of good quality if you esteem your own reputation. It is better to be alone than in bad company."
Amen.
How did these guys know? Today, we gather to focus on restoring honor and defending liberty. Join me for just a few minutes to look back at our history and at several individuals that displayed honor through service to our nation. He anticipated and demonstrated his duty and honor even before we were a nation. He was convicted of being a spy for the colonists during the Revolutionary War. He was caught by the British, and on the day of his execution, Nathan Hale said, "I only regret that I have but one life to give my country." Nathan heard the call to action, and he died to secure the blessings of liberty for the posterity of other Americans. As great as the sacrifice was, it was by no means the last. In the Second World War, Harold Agerholm was fighting Japanese forces on Saipan. A nearby ambulance jeep was damaged, with 45 wounded men inside. Agerholm single-handedly carried those 45 men to safety, all the while taking fire from Japanese mortars and heavy arms fire. It took him 3 hours, but he got every single man out. When he was going for another Marine he thought to be wounded, he was shot in the chest by a Japanese sniper and mortally wounded. But he was given the Medal of Honor for conspicuous gallantry at the risk of his own life and for going above and beyond the call of duty. Captain Ed Freeman of Boise, Idaho, was flying his unarmed helicopter on November 14th, 1965, in La Drang Valley, Vietnam. In one day, Captain Freeman flew 14 consecutive rescue missions and rescued 30 seriously injured men, and he did so without a single weapon on his chopper. Captain Freeman served in World War II, Korea, and Vietnam, and lived through all 3 wars, and he was given the Medal of Honor for his heroic actions. Private First Class Ross A. McGinnis was rolling through North Baghdad when his Humvee was attacked by insurgents. A grenade was thrown at the Humvee and fell through the gunner's hatch in which he was standing. The private yelled "grenade," and without concern for his own life, dropped down upon the explosive device.
I know.
He was killed in his last gallant act, but he saved every single man in that vehicle from serious injury or death. And he was awarded the Medal of Honor. There are many stories of incredibly brave men and women who have died to secure the blessings of liberty for themselves and their posterity. These men and women are awarded our country's highest military honor, the Congressional Medal of Honor. We have seen the United States military working to provide, as our Constitution states, a common defense and striving towards peace in all of the wars it fights. Our military men and women are still fighting and dying to preserve the ideals of the United States for future generations. In 1863, Abraham Lincoln closed his short but famous speech